Oh, God, Lord. And then I made cold coffee. I should
Like cold?
Yeah, I should have made hot coffee. What's up, Hazy? They freaking you out? Come here, look at it.
Yeah, watch. Oh, they're freaked out over the chairs?
Come here.
He's like, hell no, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Hey, I got you.
That's weird. I've never seen a dog be freaked out over a chair.
I mean, it's just something new.
There's a smell of them?
Possibly.
Do they at some other dog's house?
See, she's fine. It's just there's something new in the fucking way. That's all.
Dun, you get nothing, cat. Get out of here.
Sit your butt. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Go eat a roach. You locked the door on him?
Did I?
Probably.
Yeah, I did.
Forced to have it.
I was fucking freezing. Yeah.
You couldn't think straight, bro. It was
Thanks
too
for
cold.
Hello, doggies.
I was literally fucking freezing up. Lock it up. Smoke. Come on, mister.
What up?
I didn't see your car out here.
Nah, I brought the woman's car over.
Oh, okay.
My car act like it don't want to start today.
Well, you know, this kind of weather, shit like
Candy
that.
apple crisp.
Guy at the service station gave it to me. I don't know what it is. He gave it to
That
me.
energy drink? You don't even know, huh?
I have no idea.
Oh,
One day I went in there.
Brain and body.
We're on, by the
fluid
way, just so you know.
or
Why are you
fuel.
drinking that shit?
Because it was given to me free.
Don't drink that shit, bro.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's just fucking chemicals.
No.
It's like sugar free, so it. Oh, and you're not gonna like it anyway, dude. You never had that stuff. Just try it, dude. I'm telling you, take.
I went in there one day and I bought some stuff and he gave me too much change back. And I didn't realize that I got the car. So I went back in there and said, man, you cheated yourself. And every time I go in, he wants to give me something. You're a nice guy. You nice guy. Here, take this.
Let me see.
Piece of free shit.
No. So. Wow, dude. Am I blind?
I don't know. Are
They
you?
made that shit smaller and smaller.
Well, I don't even try to read shit no more. I know I'm blind.
It don't matter. I'm telling you. Once you drink it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, it tastes like chemical ass.
You're probably right.
I'm dead right.
I'm
'cause you don't
particular about-
like.
I'm particular about the shit I do drink.
Yeah, and it's.
He gave it
Don't
to me. I
drink-
didn't want to say, I don't want that. You know, fuck it.
Take it, throw it in the fridge, maybe someone come over and drink
Nah,
it.
I'll sip on it. I'll never do it again, but I'll sip on that
Yeah,
shit.
you won't. I'm telling
Maybe
you.
you'll
Once you
love
sip it once, you're gonna be like, I don't want this. I'm telling you. Here, I'll get you a glass. You can give the rest to Josh. He'll drink that shit when he comes.
To who?
McGrath.
Oh.
Come. I gotta get a new one of these already. I'm gonna try to clean it, honestly, a little
I
bit.
just got new grinders, bro.
Huh?
I just got new grinders.
I have to get me a grinder.
They're small though, you won't like it.
My grinder broke, and I'm particular
Does it
about.
look like my old Death by one? It's real tiny.
Nah, it's wood.
It's wood?
Yeah. Well, it's got metal inside, but.
It's
Have you
wood with the
seen
metal
those-
prongs
But have you
inside.
seen those wood ones that Raw's been putting out?
I have an old wood one from Amsterdam, which just got metal pokey things coming through, but no, I ain't seen the raw ones. Yeah, that's how it looks. I got the logo
Oh, wow.
printed on in there.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of small.
Where's the inside?
Down, I got pictures from
Oh my God.
a month ago.
It's getting fucked up out here.
The snow?
It's getting
Yeah.
icy.
Keeps
The
snowing.
road's icing up. Ooh.
Just got the 5-piece deal.
Oh, you get high
I
off
mean,
this.
that's the same size as this, isn't it?
Okay.
I think it's a little small.
See, I don't like the metal ones.
How much are they?
These, they're 20 as an add-on item or 25 shipped. But since I gotta ship it, it'll be cheaper for you. But look at the grain on it. It looks kind of cool.
Oh, that's sweet.
You know, they go different
Now,
ways.
is that a grinder?
Yeah, I should have brought one over. I didn't know
Is that
y'all
a
would be
grinder?
interested. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this one I gotta figure out. I gotta figure out
That's
what's
the
cloth.
inside.
Like,
Oh, okay.
it's got that
And
stick
got all
to it.
the
Catches and stuff.
Yeah, screen and all
It's
that.
got the stick to it, and I don't know what's causing it. I gotta find the piece of.
Grab some alcohol and clean it, motherfucker.
Well, I don't clean it with alcohol. I just find where it is and I scrape off the fucking chunk.
The resin, yeah.
It's stuck in there, but I can't find it because of the light.
What's up, big man?
Probably turn. No, it's bright as shit on here. That's crazy. It does not feel that bright. Look how bright it is on this fucking screen.
Wow, it is.
Dude, my
very
phone,
clear, very
my
clear.
phone gets
It enhanced the light in
amazing.
here. It don't even look like that in real life. Get out of here, cat.
It looks like we did it on purpose.
We got professional lighting.
So we're on right now.
Yeah, we better.
Everybody, what's up?
What's up with you?
I need some feedback, huh? Man.
Yeah.
I've been making hash.
Oh,
I've been making hash.
Sunday. You know what? No. One of these days this week, figure out when you want to come by. And by the bag. We'll make the hash. Then we'll go down and do a show. So we'll do a show.
Oh, you tell me what day you want.
Well, how'd it go today?
It was fine.
Was there a guy there to help?
Nobody was there. I mean, you know, Double O was there for a minute.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got to straight how much money and, you know, how I'll get paid and all that kind of shit.
Okay.
He didn't pay me today.
Okay.
Are you
Shouldn't
paying
let
me?
him leave then,
I'll
bro.
pay you today. I don't care.
Okay.
I don't think I'm getting anything out of that crop.
Nothing?
No, I'm done.
Done.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something. That fucking jet fuel look,
I got a bunch of it downstairs.
dude. I mean, I didn't smoke it, but the way it looked and
No, we
smelled.
smoked that like a couple weeks ago.
You know, I know. I mean, I didn't smoke any today.
How
Yeah,
could
yeah.
you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But the
It
way
was wet.
the way it looked, oh my god,
What did you trim up dry?
that was
All deadhead.
all deadhead.
That's right. It was
Yes,
all deadhead.
all deadhead. Because I didn't put no labels on it because I knew it was all deadhead.
That's right. How'd that look?
It was okay.
Yeah, I know.
It was okay. It's not your usual. I mean, when I say that, I mean I didn't smoke none of it, but the way the buds, it was a lot of little buds, more than usual.
Deadhead does not like that screen.
But man, that fucking jet fuel looked. It looked like that looked award winning the way it looked. You know the bud.
So, the 14th is when they're taking entries for the Hash Bash Cup.
14th.
14th of March.
I'm about to say, what? Fucking that shit.
well, you
in
want to be
April.
prepared.
I've already got it figured out.
You
Which
do?
ones are coming down, yeah. There's a Fuego, a Deadhead, and an 18 on around that scene. Really?
What the fuck is back there?
One little kibble.
Food?
Yeah, one
They don't do hash, do they?
Yeah.
The Hash Bash Cup?
Yeah, they
no
do
hash category.
No, they do hash, but I think it's like
It's
like
terrible.
I don't think it's hash. I think it's hash like
Oil.
concentrated shit.
Okay.
Because there's not a.
Man, I'm making a lot of hash.
There's not a
man.
market yet.
I'm making a lot of hash.
That market opens up when it starts traveling more.
I've got almost 4 ounces of hash right now. A guy's coming tomorrow to buy, I think, a 1/4 ounce of hash. He comes every 2 weeks for his 1/4 ounce of hash. He loves it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's dope. I got a whole bunch of that shit. I don't even smoke it.
Well, I smoke it all the time.
I've
I
got a
smoke
bunch of
this
it.
stuff here. I don't smoke my water hash. I don't feel like I did a good
I
job
got
on
shit
it.
that's been sitting up there for 2 years now.
Yeah, I got shit for over
What the fuck is that
over
thing?
a year.
I knew he was gonna say
It looks like a toothpick.
I knew he was gonna say that
Is it a toothpick?
Is it a toothpick? It is a toothpick, man.
Oh, you guys, see, you guys, yo, you're shaming, you're weed shaming me.
Yeah.
Weed shaming.
Yeah, you're welcome. So did you taste it?
Yeah. It's too sweet.
It's sweet.
Sweet the motherfucker.
That is not.
What is?
That is because of the fake.
Oh, that.
The fake
It's sweet the
in there.
Oh,
motherfucker.
you're talking about the joke.
I got a sweet rush when I took it.
It always tastes chemical to me. Like every time I've ever had one of those, it tastes like
I couldn't get past. I couldn't
Are
get
those
past.
energy drinks or no?
yeah, they're like energy. They're energy.
I couldn't
drinks
get
that don't
past
have any
the.
sugar.
I couldn't get past the fucking sweetness. The sweetness. Damn! It'd be like
Because people like that sweet, bro.
it's too sweet though.
I know. Trust me. I made some cabbage soup.
Cabbage is terrible. I'm surprised it don't stink in here.
Because it's not the cabbage, that's the main part of the soup.
Nope, I hit the wrong
There's sweet
button.
potato in there, fucking sausage.
You got it hooked up.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good.
You're homeboy.
I got a problem, man.
What's the problem?
I'm getting obsessed with soups.
Dude,
Ain't nothing wrong with that, especially in the wintertime.
Make soup, potato soup.
I made 2 or 3 different soups over the last month.
Yeah, well,
And see, it's hard to make. It's hard for me to make stuff from scratch because it's only me, and I end up throwing half the shit away.
Well, that's why soup works so well. It's because I can make one soup on Friday or on today.
But you got 2 people eating. See,
normally
no, you can freeze soup.
Yeah, I know.
So you could just.
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
you
man.
can freeze
it
soup
in certain portions that you'll eat. Just take one out every couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so particular though. I'll never do that.
Yeah, you're probably like, it doesn't taste the same. Fuck that.
It doesn't. Now the next day or maybe 2 days, fine. But after that,
I've been for one, it depends on the soup. But I'll eat my soup 3 days. Like for 3, like in the morning, tomorrow sometime in the like mid morning for brunch or whatever, because I don't eat till like 10, 11 o'clock.
like 4 days ago, I made pinto beans soup with turkey, with smoked turkey in it. It was killer, man.
That actually sounds good.
It was
I
killer.
never thought about no.
I put some adobo on it.
That's spicy. It's a spicy Cajun-ish. It's not Cajun.
When you say spicy,
some corn in that bitch.
when you say spicy, what do you mean? Hot?
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, it's got some heat to it. It's got some cayenne pepper in it. It's got jalapenos.
Oh hell no!
And then you put hot sauce in.
Well, you don't have to
hell
put the hot
no.
sauce in.
Well, you put that in his bowl, though.
Well, a little hot sauce I can do, but all the other stuff I don't like.
What are you talking about? It just gives it that.
Burn your
unique-
throat.
I don't like
It's not that kind of hot.
I don't like the burn.
It's not a burn. It's a sting. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Burn your tongue.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
For anyone that doesn't fuck with spice,
Yeah, maybe.
sure.
What spice does to me, after I eat something that's really spicy, then I can't taste anything for a while. That's why I don't like to eat spicy stuff. I won't be able to taste nothing for 2 days.
My
Again,
tongue
it's
is
not
still
that hot.
on fire.
Oh, okay.
Just from
That's
that
a
hot
different
sauce.
kind of hot.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like, well, that's different. I told you, his shit is hot. It's not. He says it's not hot.
You're like, no, it ain't that bad.
He said it's not
My
that
shit's
bad.
still numb and shit. That was like 20 minutes
It might have a
ago.
Reaper in it for all I know. Like he makes them with
It
Reapers
was
and
pretty
shit.
good though. It had good
But a
flavor.
jalapeno
I told you that guy
puts a little fucking sting in it, but it's not stingy enough that it actually stacks. Because that's the thing about certain like Asian foods. The heat stacks on itself. So you eat 1 bite, you're fine. 2 bites, you're fine. 7, 8 bites later, you've started to really set it on itself.
I
I was better never stop eating.
I was talking to my
Yeah.
friend. I was talking to my friend in Thailand a couple of days ago, and he was telling me, he said, "Man, the Canada's business is just
Yes.
booming."
Yeah.
He said people are coming from all over the world.
And they pay $5,000 a pound for U.S. flour there.
And,
You could get it there, like
and they got big,
submarine and
gigantic.
shit.
They gave
be
away.
rich.
They gave away 1,100,000 seedlings
Yeah, plants.
to
They're
for
clones,
free.
I think.
Yeah,
the
because
people.
Thailand's got really good fucking weather for it.
So this
They don't though.
no,
Some
it's not the
don't.
weather. It's the soil, and 'cause
Yeah, soil's
these
rich
girls, it's rich as fuck. These girls, they were first growing outdoors in tents. Then I guess somebody fronted them some money because they were growing really good shit.
Yeah.
And man, now they got a big indoor-outdoor grow. It's got a roof and sides, but it's
that's
not.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
Out there it's so humid that they always get bud rot. And
Yeah.
then their season is so fucking long.
Well, you have to grow the right weed too. You can't grow it.
You have to grow sativas.
Yeah, you have to grow sativas.
She said to Thai. All she said to me was, "You got to get here because the Thai stick is back."
All I know is you would make more money in Thailand off the hash probably. Because again, that's where the markets are
But that's
really pick
that's
up.
what I'm thinking about
not now
doing.
though, because now
No,
it's
that-
legal. They're all smoking flower.
But that's what but that's the point. I want to go over there and get trim from different guys. If they're not making hash when they're just throwing it out, and I'm just gonna make hash.
Yeah, it's hard to dry though.
People are fucking.
What do you mean it's
growing
hard
that
to
shit
dry?
there.
Oh no, it ain't gonna be hard to dry.
No, it's impossible to dry. That's why they actually did Thai stick.
Yeah, it's not gonna be impossible to dry.
They have to
It's
tie
not
it.
impossible. It's just hard. It's a humid area. That's why they make the chara.
But they didn't figure all that out.
Yeah,
That's what they're telling
I know
me.
they figured it out.
That's what
It's
they're
called
telling me.
Climate controlled fucking rooms, but that shit costs money.
That's what they. No, these girls that are growing it, it's not climate control rooms.
That's what
You
the
gotta
kids
grow.
told me.
You got to grow in the right time of the season.
No, their season.
They got a rainy
9
season.
months, bro.
They got a rainy season and they got a dry season. There ain't no winter, summer, spring, and fall.
Yeah, it's always
It's
hot.
2 seasons. Rainy season and dry season. In between the two, it's supposed to be the best growing period for that. That's what they're telling me.
It's too humid. They always get butter out. They were saying the dude that I know owns a dispensary in Bangkok. He said only like middle to upper, people can grow indoors. Like it's too expensive. No one else can grow it. You have to be rich.
Electricity is expensive there.
Upper middle class.
Super expensive. That girl told me. She said, my biggest bill is electricity. She said, electric bill is crazy.
Yeah,
but
we're fat on the pig here. when it
But,
comes
No,
to
labor
electricity.
is the most expensive here.
but,
No, I'm saying we're just fat on the pig on how much electricity we're allowed to have for as cheap as we think it's expensive, but
Cheap
it's
as
like
fuck.
now
super
see,
cheap.
Yeah.
now see, it's expensive in Thailand and it's also expensive in the Philippines. The difference is Thailand has a better infrastructure, so it don't be going off all the time. In the Philippines,
Well,
electricity
Philippines
goes
also,
off all the
it's
time.
illegal to have weed.
Kill your ass. Chop your hand off.
Yes, it is illegal, but they have it
That's the spot.
and they
really?
smoke it.
It grows on the fucking side of the road.
See, once you get outside, once you get into the province and the villages, ain't no police out
Right,
there.
they do what the fuck they
Ain't no
want.
police. They got these plots of land. They grow whatever they want to smoke, and they smoke it. I had 3 people tell me that.
Yeah.
He said, once you get out there into the village and the province, he said, ain't no police.
I mean,
you,
it's
you
the
might
same-
see a policeman once every 2 or 3 months.
Isn't it the same thing here though? In most places, you get outside most cities, it's
No,
fucking pretty.
you got the
bro.
Bible thumpers out there. They're telling you.
Oh yeah, they do.
Sure the fuck will.
Oh, fuckers.
They thumping like a motherfucker.
Thump thump, baby.
I almost got my stand-up routine done. Almost. I'm
Boy,
really
you got a
close.
stand-up routine?
I'm working on one. And the name of my routine is Detroit Rudy versus the universe. Where is Jesus? Telling you, I've been writing some jokes too, dude.
All right.
Can't
I'm
wait.
putting it
Put
together.
that shit on YouTube.
I'm putting that shit together.
So, I thought you were getting a new phone.
Man, it takes money. I ain't got no money. I'm trying to make extra money. I've been looking for a job. Won't nobody hire me. I'm too old.
Yeah, you are old.
Plus, I just want a day or two. I don't want to be working all week. I'm too old for that.
Hell yeah.
I
That's what I'm
understand
talking
that.
about. I'm on a job where I only work like 2 days a week.
That's all I want. And once I work 6 months, they'll give me $400 more on my Social Security. But I gotta work the 6 months to get that extra 400, and that'll put me at 1,000.
You know what we should do is just go volunteer at a church, and then after they get to know us, they'll hire us for something.
You know what I used to do? Now I was thinking about this. I used to belong to a security company. I worked security for 25 years. I used to belong to a security company, and they had jobs where you just go sit in the parking lot on Sundays at these churches.
At a church
Yeah, and you sit in the car.
where nothing gonna happen.
Ain't nothing happening. You sit in the car. Service might last 3 hours or something like that,
Yeah,
and you're
that's
done.
legit. Sit there and smoke.
And I get that check, and it goes to my Social Security. So I'm gonna check into that. Cause I did it before they shit to it, and back then I didn't even have a gun or a permit. Oh shit!
They just want someone to sit there and watch the cars.
And if somebody try to break into a car, I'm not supposed to confront them. I call the police.
Just pray to Jesus. Say, Jesus, make him stop.
Like I said, where's Jesus?
Yeah.
He's not here.
He definitely ain't here yet, is he? And when is he coming? Like damn, if all this wars and famine, starvation don't bring him, what's gonna bring him?
Is it just innate?
It's atomic fucking war.
Like, do you think humans can get past it?
That's what.
This?
Yeah,
This idea that every human's different?
man. Let me tell you something. I don't have a lot of faith in the human race. I really don't. and it's not getting any better for me.
Yeah.
And it's not getting any better for me. It's just so many screwed up people in this world, you know? There's so many. And they're screwed up because they just aren't knowledgeable. It's not that they're
What up,
bad
dog?
people. What up, man?
Good, you good?
What's up, big dog?
You got it.
You know, it's not that they, you know, they're just dumb. Dumb as fuck.
You ain't kidding, bro.
There's some stupid motherfuckers
Stupid
out
motherfuckers.
here, man. It really is, man. I mean,
Crazy.
and I'll tell you something else, too. I'll tell you something else. This is a simulation. I'll tell you why it's a simulation. Because nothing makes sense. If you really look at things logically, none of this shit makes sense.
I mean, some of it does.
No, none of it does. They got you thinking that.
That's
See,
what they want you to
Not even
think.
like the mathematics of it all, the science of it
Yeah,
all.
that's what I was thinking.
down,
Like the
get down.
numbers,
Like those things.
like
are
2 plus 2.
constants.
Hey Z,
and they're only
Let
constant
it go.
here because they're only
Let it go,
constructs.
hey, hey.
You got to remember something. Everything that we
That's a
do,
good girl.
everything
Hey, hey.
that we know is just constructs
She's-
that man
we
made
made
up,
up,
or
yeah.
we think we made
Come
it
here.
up.
I'll give you some love.
I think something is
Thank you.
involved in.
Simulation made it up.
Get out of here,
Yeah,
mister.
yeah.
Told us to think
I mean,
this
but you can
bullshit.
absolutely make up something that becomes universally accepted. Like that's how all scientific
Goddamn.
theories start off. Like people dismiss them
You,
as like
you said
mumbo
you said the
jumbo
key
or
word there. You said the key word theory.
Okay, yeah.
Well, theory is also like there's two meanings to a theory.
Everything that science thought was correct 200 years ago is not correct today. They've even found flaws in They found 3 flaws in Einstein's relativity thing already. So he had some shit screwed up too.
I mean, but that's kind of like
That's how it works.
that's how science and math are. Like
Exactly.
you have building blocks that are constants.
Yeah.
And like, yes, along the way, as you get more sophisticated gear, you can research better. You get more knowledgeable. Like you find out that maybe things we thought back then weren't as right as we thought they were. Because for a while,
But
a lot of people thought the Earth was flat.
wait a minute. Those thoughts back then harmed a lot of people.
Hold on. Here's an example. They found a new body organ,
Yes, I heard about that.
the interstitium.
Mm-hmm.
Literally in every cell on every organ, there's this vessels that has liquid that's in it, and it's one of the reasons acupuncture does what it does.
And what do you think is going to happen with that? What do you think they're going to start fucking with that?
They already are.
Yeah. And then what do
They
you,
figured out how to stop cancer with it.
so what do you?
Because that's how cancer cells spread. It spreads through
Yes,
these vessels.
that's true.
And they've learned how to like deal with the cancer because they couldn't stop it just by plugging it. Other ones would get through, and it turned out that they had these cancer also developed these special super fucking cancer cells that are designed to deal with obstructions and gets through obstructions to make sure it gets to its host.
I read a whole thing about
And they
it
figured out how to destroy them fucking things.
in the AMA book. It was a whole story about it.
But it's only because they had a new
And you know what they're afraid
a
of?
new fucking telescope.
You know
that
they're-
could get into the body. At
You mean
such a-
microscope?
Microscope
Yeah.
at such a level
Mm-hmm.
that it could see the vein. actually.
Almost to the atomic level. But you know they're going to weaponize it. You know that. The first thing they're going to do is weaponize it.
There was a time when we thought we couldn't split the atom. I mean, like.
Well, there was a time when they didn't know what an atom was.
Science, it evolves. It evolves. But I do think that science is one of those things that we will find.
That's a
It's
nice pipe, man. I'm
constant.
going to have to buy one of those.
But I
Get
think it
some
also
money.
may be relative because, like, a lot of the mathematical calculations that we do are based off of things like our gravity and things of that nature.
Which they don't even know. They don't even know what gravity
I
is.
know.
They have no idea what gravity
They
is.
have no idea how to read it. They have no idea
No, they don't know nothing about gravity.
how to control it.
Nothing about it.
I don't know about that. I'll
mean,
agree that
he's
they
right.
don't know how to control it.
But they do know what it is.
I think
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They have an idea. It's a
Because-
theoretical.
Dude,
They
right now,
They
Google it.
literally they
Google it.
simulate.
Google it right now. I'm
They
telling you right now,
simulate
they don't know nothing about
Rudy,
gravity.
I'm telling you, they simulate gravity. They simulate the effects of gravity with rides all the time. What you think a roller coaster is?
That's not what we're talking about.
Yes, you're talking about
That's
knowing what gravity is and being able to manipulate it.
But you're not manipulating gravity.
In a sense, yes, you are.
No,
The feeling of weightlessness.
You're playing with gravity.
The feeling of weightlessness is manipulating gravity.
But what he's saying is, it's.
If
It
you
is,
can
but it
slingshot yourself into the air fast enough to get over our gravity and get to that feeling of weightlessness, you are manipulating gravity. I'm sorry. Yes. Pilots do it when they fly in.
I disagree.
Okay.
You're not manipulating anything because you don't even know what gravity is. That's just my theory.
It's the force that keeps us all grounded on this planet and keeps us floating away. We know that at the very basis. We know it is the underlying force that keeps everything on the surface of this planet. We know that.
It forces plants to do what they do. It forces everything. Like,
yes.
If not for gravity, the roots wouldn't go down.
Yes. They know a lot. They actually do know a lot about gravity.
They know a lot about it, but they don't. You're right. They don't know how to actually create it.
They don't know how to
That's
create.
the one thing
They don't know how to create it or control it.
I will agree with that.
Either one.
They don't know how to create gravity.
Because they don't know what it is. If they knew what it
That's
is,
not-
they would be. If they knew what it was, they would be able to create it.
That's not true. That's not true.
Sure it
There are
is.
a lot of things that we know that we can't inherently recreate.
And why is that?
A lot of things. Maybe the technology has not caught up. There's a bunch of different reasons, but just because I absolutely feel like, yes, scientists know what gravity is. You have to get past gravity in order to launch rockets in the
They know
space.
how to
If they knew
calculate
it,
in order to
Yeah, they know how to calculate it.
yes, it's used in.
They
in
know- they
every-
know
they
exactly.
think they know how to calculate.
It's
They
used
don't
in
know.
every single aeronautical
Dude,
engineering
when you get into math-
calculation, damn near, you have to account for
in order
gravity.
for a plane to fly.
When you get into
You have to account
mathematics,
for gravity in order
When
for
you
a
get-
plane to fly, in order for a rocket to leave this atmosphere. You have to account for
Oh,
gravity.
Rudy,
and
they
all
don't
of
know
those
shit.
things.
They don't know shit.
they'll be all right though.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, like,
They're gonna find some new shit. Like, oh, we were all wrong before.
I mean, but that's
That really tastes good. What is that?
He doesn't disagree with you.
What is
and
that?
that's what I'm saying.
At
If-
some point, they're going to find out how to
What
use
is
it.
that?
and if you do, and you have empirical
Is
data,
that
I can't
Fuego?
argue that. But
No.
That tastes. That shit tastes good as
the
fuck.
empirical data has stood for hundreds of years that gravity is the force that keeps
I don't
us
like
grounded
it.
on this planet.
Flowery
I
or
don't
something.
think that.
I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about the effects of
Is that fucking
gravity.
Pyramid Michigan again?
No.
I'm not talking about the effects.
Well, I mean,
VHS.
if you want to get technical, because now y'all talking in my shit now, I can talk about this shit out loud.
No, we're not gonna talk about it all night. We'll talk about it for 5 more
I'm
minutes.
saying I could,
Yeah, I know you could. Me too.
but
Y'all
if
wasting
you
our
want to get
simulation
technical
time.
about it, gravity actually is. It's similar to centrifugal force. Like, you remember when when you go to the fair and you ride the spinning ride, the gravitron thing, and it spins so fast that you can you're pinned to the wall, and you can climb up the wall, and you be upside down in it. And
I
all
don't
that
fuck
shit
around like that. I've been in it before, but I wouldn't crawl up no walls.
I mean, it's a fair ride.
No, I know what you're talking
Kids do
about.
that
I
shit.
mean,
I used to do
No, I know
that
what
shit.
you're talking
Rudy
about.
wrote on that shit when it came out.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's how kids evolved. I guess when he was riding it, they weren't doing that. But for sure, the many times that I went to the fair and rode the gravitron, absolutely, we was in that bitch turning up because you
The
can
first-
be upside down in it, and
The first time I ever rode,
that's essentially what gravity is. The Earth is spinning,
Yeah.
like being
the
slingshotted
Earth
around the
is
sun
the
at
Earth
such
is
a
spin-
speed.
the
that
Earth
keeps
is spinning at
everything-
17,000 miles an hour, and it's going through. It's traveling through space at 38,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, because it's more of a this.
Well, that's that. Now you contradicting yourself.
No, I'm
because, well, yes, you are, because you can't say that you know that and then ignore the fact or say that we don't know that gravity is the force.
But it's all theory, dude. I'm just spouting theory. It's all theory.
At this point, I don't think these are theories. These are absolutely proven sciences.
I mean, it's how
now
we
they
got
may
the
only,
planet.
That's what everybody thought through history.
they may only be relevant to our.
When they thought the Earth was flat, when they thought
They were saying
that-
the same shit.
when
Like,
they
no,
thought
it's proven it's
when they thought all the planets,
proven.
wait, hold it. When they thought all the planets
That's different, though.
Let me finish. When they thought all the planets were all revolved around the Earth. Come on, dude.
No,
That's
it's
different.
different.
That's different.
Because the
Because
planets don't
you know
revolve
what-
around the fucking sun.
Well, we know that now.
Actual
Wait,
facts.
Sun doesn't revolve
debunk
around
that.
the Earth.
We know that now,
Yeah.
but back then that was. I'm making a
understand
point.
It wasn't taken to be
But you're
actual
not
fact.
understanding.
Yeah, back then it was.
No, it was not.
The difference
That was
is-
theory.
Let me
That
tell you-
was- theory is
Hold
theory
it, dude.
until proven
Hold it, dude.
otherwise. No.
Let me
no,
tell you something.
No, because that is the basis of the scientific theory. No. Hypothesis until it is
No,
proven.
what? How is it
until it
fucking
is
winter
proven,
down under
it is
right
a
now?
hypothesis, which
The
is
point-
just a theory.
No, the point I'm
And we prove that the Earth is not flat, dispelling that theory, and then we prove that the planets
Okay.
revolve around the sun,
All right.
dispelling that theory.
All right,
That's
let-
the scientific.
Let me get in there.
At work.
Let me
That's
get in
what
there.
that is.
Let me get in there.
That's what they told you.
Okay. The Pope used to execute and torture people.
Yes.
For
What does that have
for
to do with
let
anything?
me finish. That is the science back then. For people spouting that stuff back then, it was called heresy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the back then that was the science, and to them that was the fact.
Again. But the reality is that in 1,000 years, no matter what we fucking figure out, the sun is being pulled. The sun is pulling the fucking Earth behind it.
And that's what
they
that's
told
the
you,
part.
bro.
That's the
That's
part
just
we're
how it
missing.
works.
No, that's
it
the
ain't.
part that he's missing. That's the part. That
No,
he
I'm
missing.
not missing that part.
Yes,
That's-
no, if you listen, the part that you're missing is one's belief is not fact.
Yeah.
So just because they thought that
Yeah.
was fact, that was not fact. The fact came once it was proven.
But back then,
that we hold
You're
no,
proving his
no.
point.
You sure
Just-
are.
Just because you think this
No,
is fact,
that's
don't
not
mean it's
true.
fact.
That's not
That's
true.
right.
It's the same thing they
That's
thought.
not true.
Hold on a
They
second.
believe
thought.
something that they couldn't prove.
Alright, hold on.
Someone
You can't
came
prove
along
this
who
either.
could prove it and
can't
prove that they
prove
were
this either.
wrong.
You
That's
can't
the
prove
difference
that the
between
Earth
a
is
theory.
round.
They
So
had
hold
to
it.
prove it. They
So
had
hold
their
it.
own
So
proof.
making that point.
No, they didn't.
Let me
Yeah,
finish.
they did.
How do you have proof that the Earth is flat when it's not?
They said we seen motherfuckers fall.
Because
Yeah,
people,
I don't know.
because
Get the hell out of here.
back then,
Get the hell out of here.
they couldn't see the curve in the Earth.
And that's fine.
That's why
fine.
they thought it was
that's
flat.
a personal belief. At the end of
No,
the day,
back then that was
the
they
Earth
thought
is
you'd
round.
fall off the end of the Earth.
And that is fine. But
And
at
that
the
was
end of
during-
the day,
hold
the
on.
Earth is round
Hold
and
on.
has always been.
They probably
That is
heard
a
stories.
fact.
Hold on. Hold on.
Regardless of what you believe.
There's a reason why if the aliens are coming, it's now. Because most of the shit that we believe is truth. I'm telling you. You don't believe in Einstein's theory, but the reality is if you leave this fucking Earth and you come back in 100, like you go 7 years or 25 years out and come back 25 years, you're not coming back 50 years. It's gonna be it's gonna be longer. Like we're gonna have.
It's going to be longer for the people on Earth.
Yes.
Yes, we know
Again.
that.
So again,
Well, we think that.
yeah, we do think that. You're
It's
right.
a theory again.
You're right. But at the same
It's all-
time,
Everything starts as a theory.
but the
dude.
Earth being round is not a theory.
That's a fact.
That's a straight up fact.
Now it is.
Again,
It was
Wait, and then
then
100
back.
years from
That's
now,
the
it'll be
fact
the
back
same
then.
Dude.
That's the thing about facts. They're
Dude.
empirical.
That's
They
what-
don't change.
That's what the progression of science is all
No,
about.
you're counting what they believed to be fact, and it was not true.
All right.
The Earth.
How do you know-
The Earth has always been round.
Well-
There was never a time where it wasn't round.
How do you know
So,
this-
regardless of what they believe, the fact remained: the Earth is round. You can't argue that.
So that means that science today could be in the same state it was back
and to
then.
be honest with you, there could have been other people on the planet who knew the facts, who knew that the Earth was
And
round.
yes, and there was those
And they
were the
just
people
weren't
that
the
were
ones
being
that won.
killed.
Yeah, they
that were
didn't
saying
win.
the Earth is round. They're like, no, you
Because
heretic.
you know,
and
there's
they
a
were
ton
killing
of fucking ton of people who didn't win the wars that had more knowledge than the people who won the wars, and
And-
that knowledge was then crushed and dismissed and completely destroyed.
What's
Proving his
what's the
point.
saying? History.
No,
No.
Same shit's happening now.
That's not proving your point because the specific thing that
No, no.
what you're talking about.
Because it's repetitive, dude.
No.
It's
What-
repetitive.
What you're talking about
This
is
isn't
not going to
repetitive.
change.
It's repetitive, dude.
The facts that you're talking about are not going to change.
That's what they
now,
thought back then.
are,
too.
It is.
are there things that are going to change? that we believe,
Don't
yes,
know.
that is true. The earth being round, that will never change.
Yeah.
The earth is round. It will remain round until it is no more.
I never said it wasn't.
Yeah,
You're using that as an argument.
That wasn't my point.
But you're using people believing it, saying that was fact to them back then.
It was.
No, that was their belief. The fact has always remained and been that the earth is round.
It's like
you can
if you
believe
go
whatever
100
you
years
choose
from
to
now
believe.
and say
Kyrie
that-
Irving was saying 2 years ago that he believed the earth was round. That didn't make it fact to
No, he
him.
believed the earth was flat.
I mean,
But
flat, but that
then
didn't make
he
it fact to
bought
him.
stuff.
That just made it what he believed.
That proves my point even more.
That just
there are
made-
people that actually still believe.
And that's just what they fucking believe, but that's not the fact.
Drink the Kool-Aid,
When-
y'all.
That's not the fact. When you literally have
That's why I say.
pictures of the
That's
earth,
why I say this is a simulation.
when you have pictures of the earth
There's
from
somebody-
space
We're
and you
not
can see
talking
that it
about
is
the earth. We're
round.
talking about everything you're talking.
There's something. There's somebody.
You just brought that up as an
No,
example.
everything-
Back then, it
That's
changed.
not true. And the things that you are taught, there are empirical facts and data in the things that you taught. Things that will not change. 2 + 2 will always be 4.
Hey,
You
the earth
can't
was
argue
flat,
that.
Too. They taught everyone that. No,
And-
it's fact.
You can teach people
In
false
fact-
things.
in fact-
Yeah.
That's not a rebuttal to that
So
argument.
maybe
fact,
they
because
taught,
people can be
maybe they
taught
taught
false
you false
things.
things.
Oh my
we
God.
don't know.
People,
So you think there's
Only
a
time will
chance that
tell.
somebody time
That
could tell
doesn't-
that 2 + 2 doesn't mean equal
and that
4?
still doesn't refute
It might
the
end up
argument.
being that way
That
because
still doesn't refute the
because it's
argument.
just a construct. You gotta understand.
You gotta teach
It's
yourself.
just a
Okay,
construct.
fine, I get that. Everything's a fucking construct. You can say that about anything.
Everything that man made up.
Everything that
That's what he started saying. It's just
everything
some
that,
shit that man
to be
made
honest
up.
with you, you guys are all NPCs. I'm player
Okay.
one.
All right.
Maybe that's what it is. Who
Maybe.
knows? We could find that out when we all die.
Is-
You die in 20 years.
It's 1,000 different it's 1 billion different possibilities. Okay? It's 1 billion different ways this can go.
Yeah, but there's truths on this planet.
There are truths. There are universal
In this
truths.
reality
I'm sorry,
we have
there
right
are.
now,
There
I'm
are
not
universal
saying-
truths.
if I stab you in the chest,
I'm
with a
not
knife,
saying
you're
they're
gonna
not.
die.
That is a universal truth.
I'm not saying they're not. Okay? That's not what I'm
But
saying.
there's too many people that are.
It's people's
And you gotta-
perception of what's going on. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm not saying that
And
perception's
perception
not a problem.
can be a way of life.
Well, that's
Oh,
okay. Agree.
yeah, that's-
we can agree on that.
That's
Absolutely.
obvious.
Well, that's all I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, the only thing that I was arguing, was that your
When I was in-
perception creates
when I was in
facts.
elementary
you can
s-
believe what you want.
When I was in
That doesn't
elementary school, they showed you a picture of the perfect breakfast. Okay? It was toast with a bunch of butter on it. Let me finish. It was eggs, 5 things of bacon. It was the worst fucking thing you could possibly eat. But back then,
Hold on.
they told you that was healthy bed.
Hold on. What did you just say for breakfast was not good for you?
They said a healthy breakfast was a bunch of eggs
Yes.
and a
Which
bunch
are
of
good for
bacon.
you. Eggs are
Which
good.
is good for you.
Not necessarily.
Bacon
No,
can
no,
be good for you.
Not necessarily.
Yes. If you don't
Not in
eat,
excess.
There's a lot of
Yes.
bad things that come along with eggs, and one of them is loss of eyesight. Check it out. You eat too many eggs, and your eyesights get weaker and weaker. No one guarantees. They said you don't eat eggs every day. Do not eat eggs every day. It'll affect your vision.
And I'm not.
that's some fucking earth flat shit.
I'm
No,
not-
it's not.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
There's fucking do you not understand that half the fucking planet lives their lives off of eggs? That's how they get their
This
protein.
is true. This is
Well,
true.
I know
The vast
don't survive
majority of the
without
planet eat
protein.
eggs. This is true.
You
And-
need, and one of the
and you know
easiest
what?
ways and cheapest ways to get it is eggs.
And you know what? It's more.
Because you have,
It's
you have
more
Asians,
physical
like
ailments.
Asians that eat eggs in like stir fry every day.
And Asians keep tuberculosis. Asians carry more. They do. Google it. Google it.
I didn't know anybody had tuberculosis in like the last 50
Yeah,
years.
that's what
In the Philippines, it's rabbit.
because it's
Let me
fucking
finish.
a
In the
bunch of
Philippines, it's
poverty
rabbit
shit.
because they eat eggs and rice all the
They have a
time.
whole lot of other factors that contribute
Poor
to disease and
Filipinos
stuff like
eat.
that too.
There you go.
That's
Right
what I'm
there.
saying. Poor.
Filipinos.
Poor.
Well, most of them are poor.
But this is the thing.
It's not like here.
But
But
if
this
you
is the
don't,
thing. It is a fact that poor and impoverished areas tend to breed disease.
Yes.
Like that may not necessarily
because they don't have the
attribute to
same
eggs or rice.
infrastructure.
Oh,
as
it's
healthy
a tribute
places.
to everything they do, what they eat.
Yeah, it's a tribute to the
How
fact
much
that they cook
pollution there is.
It could be how they
It's all
live.
that.
how they cook their food, what
Not
they cook it in.
or not being able to bathe properly.
I'm just telling you.
disease comes from a lot of
Look it
different
up.
factors.
I didn't
Look
say
it
it
up.
isn't true, but it's
I'm
not the
telling you.
eggs.
Okay.
I would.
It's the eggs.
I'm
lean
telling
to say
you,
that it's
man.
not the eggs.
Eggs are one of
They're
the
not saying don't eat any eggs.
Like eggs are like one.
They're
of the
saying
healthiest
don't
things on
eat
the planet.
too many eggs.
Okay.
But what is too many?
I'm saying that one
Every
of-
day, 2
hold
or
on.
3 eggs every day.
I'm telling you,
Too many.
one of the healthiest things I've done in my life is the fact that I eat eggs almost every day.
Because that's
Okay.
what I was about
You
to say.
need
My
protein.
family ate eggs every day.
Like you have to figure out how to get protein into your system, and you have to do it in small doses. And on top of
I
that,
wouldn't know. I was never.
Well, just Google it. Google what I said. You'll see.
Google that shit.
But also, to be fair though, Rudy, you can't believe everything that you Google.
yeah, man.
I don't believe everything that
Not
I
everything
Google.
that you read.
Let
on
me,
the internet.
hold it, buddy. I read a lot.
But that's what I'm saying. Though.
I don't just-
You
look.
keep saying Google it. Like,
Well, I'm just saying that's the
a reliable
fastest
source
way.
of
That's the
information.
fastest way for us to get the information.
No,
that's all
I
that
need,
is.
I need to Google it, yes, but I need to read it from a journal.
Well, you Google it, and then you.
dedicated
But
journal.
what I did
medical
was,
journal that's gonna.
what I
back
did
up
was,
the fact.
I heard about it. I read about it in the AMA. Hold it, the medical journal. Then I Googled it, and it gave me a lot more information about it.
Because I was about to say, I need to know what enzyme, what in the egg affects eyesight.
There's no way to fucking prove it, one way or another. They can't do studies on food in any way to actually know what the fuck. For one, all 5 of us, yes, you're right. He could eat eggs and it could cause him cholesterol problems.
Yes.
Because his system is not set up for it.
Yeah, you got.
That's nothing to do
Oh,
with
my
the
shit's
egg.
built for that, dog.
Dude.
I'm just saying, if you have the wrong chromosomes, that's a fact. Now, when it comes to everything else, that's one of the reasons those studies, half of them are fucking bullshit. And they literally nitpick what the fuck they want out of it to get you to look.
And that
Because
is
half
true.
those studies are done with people that don't even... You don't know what else is factored in.
Yes.
Did they smoke cigarettes? Do they drink beer every fucking
They
day?
did research, dude.
No,
They did
what-
research.
It's all voluntary.
But
There's
he's
no
not-
fucking. There's nobody sitting in a
not lying,
goddamn.
though.
There's nobody sitting in a. The only way you
He's
could
saying
actually
the
prove
facts
it.
that you were told were wrong.
No. I'm telling you,
That's what I'm telling you.
the studies that you read are
That's
done.
what he's telling me.
There's
Yeah.
no.
He also told me Napoleon wasn't short.
Again, he was
short
5'6". He
as
was
fuck.
170.
He was between-
That's
he-
short, bro.
He was 163 fucking centimeters.
He was between 5'4" and
was-
5'6".
No.
You could say he was short by today's standards. If you're being perfectly honest, men on the whole during his time were not tall
Especially
at
in
all.
France.
Well, that's where
Right.
that's where the whole term
So they were all-
Napoleonic complex comes from.
It came from the people who defeated him,
I was about to
who
say
portrayed him as a fucking tiny guy.
yes.
Because they didn't want
But
him
he
to
was
look
small.
No,
5'6"
he
is
wasn't.
small, bro.
He
It
was
is not
small.
back in the
Small.
day. He was 5'6", 5'7".
He was still small for back. No, he wasn't.
Did he
Yes,
live?
he was. I just
1850?
watched the fucking video on this.
No, he was.
The video just literally told me, for one, they don't measure in feet; they measure in centimeters.
Yes,
he was like 160 to 163 centimeters.
So that's 5'6", right?
No, it's 5'7", 5'6", 5'7". And again, the average height in the 1800s of white people in France is around 160.
This is it. He was.
There was taller
he was
people,
average height.
but there was shorter people. He was a
He was
normal height
average
guy.
height.
But
No,
the
he
people who
wasn't.
wrote the
Yes, he
fucking
was.
stories were the people who beat him
he
and
was
banished.
average height for the time.
No, they got drawings of
Again,
him.
which were all
They got
done
him
by
up
the
on a
people who-
horse, and he looks tiny on the horse.
Again,
He looks so tiny.
But also too, your mind's eye is used to seeing your generation's people on a horse. Yes, you're used to seeing 6 foot men on a horse, 6'1" men. This is in the
They've got a painting.
1800s.
They've got a painting of Napoleon on his horse and soldiers around him, and he
you don't
is
believe that
small.
that-
and
And you
again,
don't
you're not talking.
you
Are
don't
you
believe
talking
that
a
could be false?
photograph?
You don't
No, it's a painting.
If it's not a
Exactly.
photograph, why is it?
So who drew it?
Photographs.
Maybe it was
and
some
paintings
guy
are the same
who-
damn thing.
No, they're not. No,
Yeah,
they're
they
not.
are, bro.
How long did it
Some
take you to draw that
artists-
fucking? That,
No,
does that
they're
look like a
not.
fucking photograph of a goddamn basket?
Photographs
Some
cap-
artists that
photographs
looking at a
capture
fucking
actual
basket
life.
look just like that.
There are
No,
some. There,
not an
photographs,
artist, so I can't
photographs
make it look
capture
just like it
actual
looks.
life.
go to New York. There
Paintings
are artists that can
are
draw you in 5
reimaginations
minutes
of life.
and it'll look just like you.
You're not.
No.
It'd be
Hold on.
better than a goddamn.
But again,
That's
photo.
ridiculous. ridiculous, bro, that you would even argue that.
I'm not arguing.
Because photos capture real life.
It could be at certain angles, making
it doesn't matter. Angles,
you put it like this, you make it look this big.
It does not matter. It does not matter. Angles are not. Angles are not. A photo is literally a capture of real life.
Are we being too loud?
Yeah, we're a little.
Yeah, let's drop it down a little bit.
There's 3 people. So
no, I mean in the house.
Oh, no one's. She's not.
Oh, okay.
She's not home.
Oh, I didn't know.
So
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
That's crazy.
On top of that, would you
You're
take
crazy.
the fact that Jesus is painted white, the fact that he was a white guy? Again, you're talking about a guy who might not even have seen him on a fucking horse.
Hold it, dude. Didn't nobody ever paint Jesus?
Yes, they did.
There's
tons of paintings of Jesus.
Yes.
Those aren't Jesus, man.
Who is that?
Hold it. The first painting of Jesus was done by Leonardo da Vinci. Hold it. 1,300 years later. No one.
Died, right?
Yes, no one has a painting of Jesus. That shit you see is made up.
Yeah, I get that. That's my
There's
point.
no picture.
That's my point. What side of the war was the guy who was drawing it?
Of real life.
What side of the war was the guy that drew the picture of Napoleon? Do you know?
I don't know.
Then
that matters.
That fucking matters.
That matters.
French people have most of the paintings of.
No.
Who else
I'm telling you, if it's a battle that happened,
all generals, all heads of state, all had paintings of themselves.
Again.
All over their houses. Him on a horse, him out in the field,
and
him
what
with
the
some
fuck do you
bitches.
think happened
And I
to those
guarantee you,
paintings?
those pictures, those paintings, are in his family, or in his family line, or somewhere down the line, or something like that. The pictures that you see of him are pictures that other people painted of him.
Yeah,
that
this
made
dude
it to
was
the
an
moon,
emperor.
This, that, and the
They
third.
burned his shit like they stuck that knife up Gaddafi's ass. The pictures of him that he painted of him, had him painted themselves, that were favoritism,
They would have been in his
They would have been
house.
destroyed.
In his family's
They
house.
probably were
The
burned.
whole French fucking country, they all got destroyed.
No.
Then where are the paintings of him looking big?
There are paintings of him.
There's not paintings.
In the Louvre.
Right, there's not paintings of him looking big. Like you're looking
Where
at
are they? The
you're
whole
looking
country
at
would
it.
have him. He was like the leader.
No,
and
he
shit.
wasn't.
You're looking at it with
The whole
this
country would have them.
You're looking at it with this eye,
turned
bro.
on him.
You're looking at it with this eye. He does not look small. He looks short because today 6'6".
Where are the
5'6",
paintings
5'7"
of
is short
looking
to us
normal?
today.
Again, when
That's
you
the
have
only
to say,
reason he looks
because
small to you.
hold
other
on,
people
he was
made
a
up.
dictator, correct?
I don't fucking know.
He was a general.
He was an emperor.
General. First a general.
Emperor, and then he did what the fuck he wanted. He basically ran his country to the fucking wolves.
So where are the paintings of it?
My point is when the revolutionaries take over, do you think they save them? Do you think they're like, I
They
should
go
keep...
through the whole country and throw out all these paintings.
There's no paintings.
Right,
Again,
he's
what are you
not
talking
getting that
about?
part.
There's not a bunch of
There's
paintings
no
of
paintings of
Napoleon.
him looking big.
It's not
or
like the
nothing
U.S.
like
where
There are
everyone's
paintings
got
of him
fucking-
all over the place. There are paintings of him in the Vatican.
No, I get that.
Every artist in that country would be painted.
There's several museums with the paintings of him.
Again, and most of them, he looks normal.
No, he looks
all
small. He looks
all
small.
of them.
Where they at?
He looks normal.
Where are they at?
Again,
I mean,
I can show you video. You can ask
Bro.
Google yourself. It literally tells you he's 163 centimeters.
But this is the thing. No, they're
Seems
saying
short to me.
it.
But
They're
that's
saying it.
that's
but not
just
even-
5'7".
That's
they're
not
saying it and
short.
not realizing
no,
what they're
that's
saying.
short.
There were plenty of people 6 foot tall back then.
No, there
No, there were not plenty.
all
of
the
people
black,
60.
all the Nordic people were 6
No,
feet
there are
tall.
not plenty
No,
of
they
people. There were not plenty of people.
Look up
6
the
foot
average
tall.
height in fucking France during the Napoleon years.
1850?
It's a simple fucking
Let
thing.
me
We're
pull out
arguing
my
about a
laptop.
thing that literally just.
So now you're going to Google. What did they tell me about Google
Oh,
earlier?
you can't trust that.
Hold on.
And he was the main one saying go to Google. I never
Hold
said
on.
you couldn't
When
trust
you,
Google.
when you read
I just
articles
said it's
that
a
tell you
verified-
things
make
that
sure
the
it's a
fucking
verified
Google
source.
was-
That's all I said was
Google
make sure
was-
it's a verified source.
Look.
Just because you look it up on Google doesn't make it fact. I said make sure it comes from a verified source.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Don't twist my words.
And on top of that, the whole egg thing, you can't prove it. It's not a provable
You
thing.
can't prove it.
I didn't prove it. Scientists did.
No, they didn't.
Okay.
That's my point. If you look at actual food, nutrition, science, it's not a fucking. When you think about it on a scientific level, like things you actually do in a scientific
Bro, they
word,
don't want you to know the
He's,
truth.
I mean, he's right.
They don't want you to know the
there's
Average
no way to
height.
fucking.
Average height
So,
in France.
whether you're
was
right or
160.
you're right, you'll never fucking know because they don't want you to
160.
know.
He was.
That was
average.
average. There were plenty of people that were 6 foot tall.
Again.
That's the average, dude. That means it's a low and a high.
No.
That's the average.
That means that your dick is bigger
Guys
than
that went off to
90%
war
of the
were not
world
little
because
guys.
the average
That
is 4
means-
inches.
Those guys that went on those
What that
marches and went off the
means-
war were not little guys.
Yes, they were. What that means is you are a 6'1" man in 2023
Wait, are you 6'1"?
looking at a 5'6" person and calling
How
them short.
tall do you think I
I thought
am?
you were his height, 6'3".
Oh, I'm nowhere near 6'3".
No, yeah,
I'm about 6'1" to
I'm
6.
taller than you.
I'm between 6'1" and 6'1" and a half.
But see, that's the thing. That's what he's not getting. Yes, he was
People
small.
were my height.
He is short to you.
I was tall.
He is short to you.
Dude, I didn't make up Napoleonic complex.
It's not about making up nothing. I'm just saying.
And who made it up?
From your
People
mind's
won.
eye, from your eye, yes, he is a small man. But in his time, he was not a small man.
So why
It's
is it
like-
called a Napoleonic complex?
Because the people who defeated him wanted to embarrass him and wanted the world to think of him in not a grandeur light. The same reason they took Osama bin Laden's body.
You saw the
and
movie?
threw it
Did
in
you see the
water.
movie?
I didn't
It's
watch
the-
it yet.
It's
Okay,
the same
well,
reason.
when you see how egotistical he is, you'll understand.
It's the same reason.
See the movie.
He is super egotistical.
See the movie.
It's the same reason nobody knows he became a fucking emperor. You know how many people know that Napoleon actually conquered like damn near half of the fucking world?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
how many people know that?
I know about Waterloo.
You know that.
You know that.
You know
went
that.
to school where they actually
I
taught
study
majority-
European history.
There's a vast
I
majority
got
of
good
people
marks in European
that
history.
don't know that shit. A vast majority of people that don't even know, and you know why? Because the people that finally defeated him wanted to erase him from the history books.
Yeah.
That's the whole saying. History is written by the victors.
They'd have done the
So
same.
whoever wins gets to tell the story of what really happened.
Here, to put it in a word, if they didn't find the concentration camps, they'd have done the same thing to Hitler. But the concentration camps did it for them. They didn't need anything else. Once they saw that shit, they were like,
Oh,
well,
Hitler was a drug addict.
not working. Yeah.
They said all the Germans back then were
There
drug
was no
addicts.
need
Of course.
to.
They had them on meth.
They passed out. They used to, when they got up in the morning, morning, they would give them meth.
It was made for the soldiers.
They said a
It
lot
was
of
designed to
times,
keep them up.
yeah, a lot of times they said those soldiers would be up 3 and 4 days in a row.
Now Russians were probably and Germans were probably big people. They were probably
Yeah, yeah.
tall, but even they're
I
tall.
said them and Nordics.
Even they're
were
tall, but that's the point. Even their tall back then was like 5'9", maybe 5'10". Like there were very few 6 foot people back then because Abe Lincoln was like
I don't
considered a
believe
marvel,
that. I don't
Yeah,
believe
well,
and he
he
was
was a
6 foot
monster.
tall.
Who was
He
a
was a
monster?
monster, Abe Lincoln.
And
he was tall. He's 6
like-
foot 5 or something like
But that's
that.
what I'm saying. That's how rare 6
And he was
foot people
lanky.
were.
And he was lanky.
That's how rare 6 foot people were back then. They weren't just like walking the streets like today. 6 foot people were rare back then.
They're more like the 7-footers now.
Yes, that's how you could compare them. They were like 7 footers now. Not nearly.
Boy, you are really
as-
getting thicker and thicker. I can't believe how thick you gotten.
Because I've been my whole life and I've never seen a 7 footer face to face.
I've seen one person 6'11".
The tallest person that I've ever seen in my life, and it
Hey,
just so
get
happened
your
to be
butt
an
down.
NBA
Hey.
player, was Chandler Wilson. He came in our
Hey,
store downtown a couple years ago when
Casey.
he was playing some team that was playing Detroit.
Well,
And he's like 6'8" or 6'9". That's the tallest person I think I've ever seen in my life.
When I worked security for Benny and the Jets downtown at the Fox Theater, we had a guy named Tiny that worked with us. He was
I ain't never known a
he
person.
was 6'8" and he weighed 400 fucking pounds.
I ain't never known a
He was
person
a wall.
named Tiny to be small.
We called him the Wall
Never.
because when people started like rush the stage, he would just do like this and stop maybe about 20 people.
That's crazy.
He was huge.
That's crazy. And ain't nobody gonna give him no hard time. But
No,
as
oh,
slow
no.
as he may be,
He never got a hard time.
if he swing on
No,
you,
he was.
he'll knock your head.
No, he was proficient. He was proficient.
I mean,
He
he
knew-
should be slow though.
he-
He's 400 pounds.
But he knew he could.
Did you not see that 400-pound dude in
What?
the Eagles game chase down fucking Josh Allen?
That's different. That's a
If he-
400 pound athlete. This is
Yeah.
a 400 pound.
No, this dude. No. But he was. He was in the martial arts and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, he wasn't just no pushover dude.
he wasn't just a big fat dude.
I wouldn't fuck with him.
At 400 pounds, I just
Hey,
can't imagine
I would
being
fuck
fast. Though.
if he. But once he hits you,
And that's what I'm saying.
You're
though.
done.
That's what I'm saying. He don't need to be fast, but he also gonna tire out quick. But if he do land one on you, he gonna knock your fucking head out. I fought dudes like that before. I got in a fight with this dude in college who was probably 150 pounds heavier than me. And after he hit me like 1 or 2 times, I was like, oh, baby, so this is a bob and weave situation. I just started
Get out of the way.
Running around in circles when I saw him huffing. Oh, baby, I got him. King, king. Ah!
I mean, I guess it really depends on if we have us. I don't think it's going to be a civil war because I think it's just going to be people just murdering rich people.
Fox, it's just going to be like the Purge.
It's going to be a civil war.
It's going to be
It's going to be a mild civil war. It's not going to last long, but maybe for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even a month, it's going to be a civil war.
I don't think it's going to be no civil war.
Who's going to fight?
No.
You're not going to split up the armies. The army's not going to split up.
No one's going to fight. These motherfuckers are sheep. What are you talking about?
The army's not going to split.
But if they do,
the army.
if they do,
they're going to keep buying shit.
Remember what I said.
It's going to be no civil war. It's going to be against the government.
Remember what I said.
There will be people that will take that opportunity to carry out.
It's not going to just be against the government. It's going to be some race shit involved too.
What? You didn't hear? He didn't hear nothing I just said. So quick to talk.
There's going to be some race shit involved.
Didn't hear nothing I said.
No, I heard you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, he didn't. You right?
I've been hearing everything you say.
Him saying what he said proved that he did what I said.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be probably some murdering because it's not going to be the New Deal style. That's for sure.
It's not going to be the what?
New Deal. It might be though. Who knows, man? This the young generation starts voting.
Fox, I'm telling you what it's going to be, Fox. It's going to be them same people who was storming the White House.
You all right up there, buddy?
It's going to be them. They're going to get to the point, if it gets to that point, where the government is going to piss them off to a point. Because they are the most rally ready and the most ready to act.
You know what's crazy though?
In the U.S.
offended?
Yes, and the most easily
But they're
offended.
the ones that have benefited the most off the government.
That's true, but they don't give a fuck about that.
They entitled
because they're the same ones that'll turn around and say that black people and Latinos
Let me tell you
are the
something,
ones that
dude.
are using up all the welfare.
Yeah, I know.
But when you look at the numbers, there are more white people on welfare than anybody.
There's so many anti-Semites. There's so many people out here that are prejudiced to Indians and black people, and even poor whites to a certain degree.
Women too. Women have it really. There's a big chunk of men that are still like.
Yes.
Super.
And then what's another fucked up thing is they like to give women false sense of power because that's the thing now. It's like women empowerment.
This one's
the
better,
women's movement, so they'll give you that empowerment and make you feel like you're something, but you're just a pawn.
I was trying not to hit you. This shit's gonna be flowery again.
different weed.
My bad.
Yeah, it's definitely a different taste.
But I'm
my
telling
bad.
you, if anything gonna piss anybody off, it's gonna be the government.
Yo,
The
give me
government
your
is
tray. I'll try to
gonna
break
be the
this shit up.
match
There's some
that
seeds in it.
get everything started. Now it may be other shit that branch off from that, but I think it's definitely gonna start from the government.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time,
Because
when you say the government, what do you mean the government? Who?
what they did with January 6th.
yes.
Basically,
Like who did?
a militia will go in and try to take out some of the government, take out a base, or
Yes.
take over like one of the forts.
Yeah, they're gonna get their ass tore up.
Well, I know they're gonna get
very
their
likely.
but
Very likely, but that's.
I mean, some people gonna die.
That girl died.
People gonna
That girl
die.
died January 6th when they tried to storm the White House. That girl got shot.
Yeah,
So it's like, I mean, but at the same time,
and I think 3 police died.
I know a couple of them got shot. I don't remember.
2 of them committed suicide.
Oh, that is right. That is what happened. I do remember that.
Yeah.
There was suicides after that.
Yeah,
why did they commit suicide? I wonder why.
because they were all American. They were police officers. They were doing their job, and citizens were beating the shit out of them, showing no respect for them at all.
Well, you got.
I mean, you saw that
a
shit.
lot of people feel like you got
That's
to
that
give
mob
respect.
shit.
They were
Give
beating
respect.
motherfuckers with pipes and flag sticks and.
And that's usually the issue. Cops want to be respected without showing respect.
I mean, if they had just
And that don't fly for a lot of people.
it was just crazy. That whole thing was crazy.
I know it was pretty
Because
crazy.
they crazy. Anybody that went down there and did that shit.
Because what the
was
fuck did you
crazy.
think you was going to accomplish? Like,
And
They really thought they were gonna. They really
I
thought
they were going to overpower the
somebody
fucking White House.
said there's over 1,000 of them motherfuckers in jail right now.
And probably and gonna be in
They said
jail for
over
the rest of their
1,000,
life.
and then
not that.
and they getting ready. Or they were giving sentences between 8 and 12 years.
You know,
There's a few of them that may be 4. Only a couple.
A lot of them are
like if you were in there and you didn't.
probably probation.
See, they got a lot of them on camera. That's how they busted them. Facial recognition. They had there's cameras all through that.
Yeah,
building.
because that's how they found the helmet dude. They
That's
was
it.
talking about him all over social media. The guy that had like the buffalo helmet thing on. They was talking about him all over social media. That shit recognized the fuck out of his ass.
He in prison right now. I think they gave him like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, he was one of the one that got most hard.
Now the ones that got the most is those Proud Boys. They
'Cause
got
he
like
was-
they got like 20 years and shit.
Well, he was part of that because he was one of the ones that was inciting the shit. That's
Yeah,
why
but he wasn't-
got hit harder.
I-
Because I remember they made an
Excuse
example
me.
out of his ass.
Sticky fingers.
yeah,
What is that, man? What is that called?
golden lemons.
What?
Golden lemons.
Oh, okay.
It's just
So-
basically kosher kush, I think.
Oh, okay. That's still
It
good.
don't taste much like lemon to me.
Yeah, kosher kush was good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I mean, it's tough because it's. I don't know. Fuck them people.
There you go, bro.
So what do you think about entering?
Oh, there's some nice.
Which one do you think about entering?
Probably Fuego.
It's a good choice,
Fuego has the best bud structure.
and it's got a really good taste. The taste is
Yeah.
important.
Sir,
Man, this dude's got food.
Get out of there,
I've been
Vision.
at work all day. I do apologize. I have not eaten. I was trying to be polite.
There's soup behind him, so.
Oh,
Eat some of that too.
cabbage,
I know
bro.
you.
That's for
He said, "I don't fuck with no cabbage,
that's for
bro."
our show.
I made it spicy this time because
Thank you.
the wife is out of town, so I put a little kick in it.
Thank
A little
you.
bit of red hot in there kind of pops it.
Oh boy,
And for this, we thank you.
I'm going home and stay at home. I'm not going anywhere tomorrow.
Yeah, especially with how that weather.
I don't.
was out there.
I don't like cold weather. I really don't.
It's a mess out there.
I'm just trying to figure out how I can spend 4 months in the Philippines and then the rest of the time here. So through the really rough months, I want to be in the Philippines. So about for 4 months.
Vision ain't
Man,
for
you
you,
can't
let
go
it be.
there. That's a fucking cut.
Let it
Your
go.
hand off.
What?
You can't smoke weed there.
Thank you.
No. $60 airplane ride takes me into Thailand
So you're gonna go there every day?
on the weekends.
Ugh.
You're just not gonna smoke during the day?
I can do that.
He said, well, if you live if you live out in the poor area, they don't fuck with you.
And I might meet a girl that from the province, and they grow their own shit out there.
Might.
No, I will. Ain't no might. You're right. Ain't no might to it. And I got
Need
3
a
friends.
fucking
I got 3
undercover cop.
friends already over there, and they all got Filipino girlfriends. Oh, a couple of them got married.
If there's weed to be smoked, you can best believe in the poor areas they're gonna be finding a way to smoke it.
You just better not be caught with that shit.
That has been my experience in many of the places.
That's why I'm
I
gonna
have-
fly into. They do have a boat that goes through. And on the weekends,
Vision. Let it go, mister.
smoke some killer shit.
Yeah, I would like the multiple dimension reality glasses, to see what the world turned out to be with weed being legal.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Because again, weed being legal might be the only reason we're here. We all might not exist if weed was legal.
What? Repeat that because either I got drunk or I'm
Or
real
it could
high.
be the
Because
green
weed
fertilizer.
becomes illegal in 1932. None of us are born.
Right.
So if weed never becomes illegal in 1932, things could happen that could force the hand that sends everyone that birthed us into different paths.
See, weed was real scarce back then. Good weed was very, very scarce back then. First time I ever got high, I was 16 years old. Okay? And back then, it wasn't places to buy weed everywhere. You had to know somebody that knew somebody to find some fucking weed. You ain't They ain't nobody sell it. You go to a weed house, they ain't selling it to your ass.
They gotta know you.
They took a gun, they go pow pow up in the air. You better get the fuck off this porch.
Real quick.
Yeah, man, we had to go several miles to find a place to buy some weed back there. In fact, I had to go all the way down to Wayne State to get weed back then.
Do you imagine living in Holly?
Oh, I can't even
You have to
imagine.
drive the
Hey, I can't even
Jackass.
imagine that.
Now that has always been a constant, especially back then. The college campuses is where you can
Oh, that's where it was happening.
College campus.
Because the guy, the first weed dealer I ever met, he lived on Wayne State
I was
campus.
about to say, yeah, trying to sell the college kids.
And I'm running back and forth 5 times a day getting dimes. Running back and forth.
5 times a
And one
day.
day he said, man, you got to stop. I said, got to stop what? I said, I'm bringing you money, dude. He said, no, I don't want that money. He said, look, I want to do you a favor. And he took and weighed out, I think, an ounce to it. He told me what the different weights were. What was a quarter ounce? What was it?
Hey, it ain't for you.
And he told me, get you some baggies. And he gave me $80 worth of weed. It was a big old bag full of weed, man, for $80. And that's how I got started selling. That's what started me off. And then I was the only guy around that had weed. So everybody had to come to me. For 5 or 6 years, everybody came to me.
Yeah, that's not how it worked for me. So we used to get a buddy of ours that we went to high school with, knew another buddy of ours that he had in high school. I didn't really know either of them that well. And they used to get us QPs. And they fronted to us. And we'd literally just barely make enough money every single time we fucking had it.
You smoked it.
Oh, we smoked almost all everything.
You your own customer.
Yeah.
You bought some of it.
We would just, we basically...
You sell a little bit.
If we most of the time we probably sell about half, just pay for it,
Get the money back.
and then we'd smoke the rest.
So, yeah, tear that
Because as
shit
soon as we
up.
got the money back, we got a new QP.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it was like, and this is dirt weed.
Stoner logic.
This is fucking brick.
Mexican
Yeah.
compressed.
Yeah, it's compressed brick.
Yeah.
So,
The big bricks or the mini bricks? Was it the big bricks?
oh no, by the time I got it, it was broken up.
Yeah,
Oh,
broken
okay.
Up in little ounces.
Mm.
I would just
QPs.
buy that shit for my mom and dad though. I didn't even have to leave the house. Like, hey dad, I need some pop.
Whatever, dude. Fuck off. That's not how this works. So, we're staying at my
It's easier
buddy's.
than it is now.
We're
Right.
staying at my buddy's grandfather's house, which is right around the corner from his house, like where he grew up. So, like, Grandpa had this house. His dad bought the house on the other block.
Got you.
Went to GM, worked with him. It was like GM family. So, one time we were sitting there and we're working. His dad is so anti-weed, and he hated me. Like, I did everything wrong. That's what happened
Still
is
eating.
this dude would blame everything on me that went wrong. It was my fault because
You're
he
in
just
it,
never
bro.
liked me. So, QP broken out on the table, just chilling. We're about ready to break it up into eighths and quarters, whatever,
Yeah.
to sell it.
Get it sellable.
And we just barely keep his dad from going inside. Like, he went to go in to use the phone, and I'm not shitting you, I probably would have went to jail.
Yeah.
Like, he would have called the cops, and it would have been all my... Because as soon as I ran...
You'd have got the...
Because I'd have ran. I'd just...
Said you
started
done
running.
booked out of there, huh?
Yeah, and as soon as I ran, basically he would have been like, it's his.
Yeah.
That's probably right.
Police be knocking on your door.
Well, no, they'd be looking for me because I'd have been homeless.
Oh,
I had no
okay.
fucking... That was where I was living. I didn't have anywhere else to go.
Got you. That was home.
That was home. So, a cop buddy, I had to show you my privilege. Living in a small town, there's only a couple cops. And 2 of the cops, one of them was one of those dudes that would like go to the bars. Working at the restaurant, somehow I got to know him. And him and this other guy, they were buddies and they used to fuck with me. And like, I had them pull over a friend that I just bought alcohol for. And we're all like underage. So we're all like 19 years old. And I buy alcohol from this one place in town. I could get it if one dude was working. 'Cause
The dude.
that one guy, he'd let me get it. That type of thing. And what's up, tree sesh, huh? So, basically the cop pulls me aside one day as I'm in the store. And he's like, whatever you're doing at the house, you should
Stop
probably
doing it.
stop.
Stop doing it.
They're starting to look at the house.
Yeah.
And he was like, just a heads up.
No.
Luckily for us, a week later, the dude that we were getting it from his connection had just got popped. And it was, I guess they had like, because they were not just, they get weed and coke. So they had gotten like 3 kilos of coke and 6 pounds of weed. And basically the cops showed up 3 days later because they caught the Mexicans 3 days later on the way out or something like that.
Yeah.
And basically they caught them 3 days later. They had like 1 pound of weed left and a half a kilo of coke. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
They had sold most of it, and because they were like the big dudes that were dropping off you know, big stuff, and the dad took the whole rap for the kid because the dad it was his 3rd strike, so he was getting life no matter what. So he just took the whole rap.
Took the whole rap. Yeah.
Kid lost everything. He lost all his shit went to fucking probate and shit. So he lost all his cars and all the shit he had earned or made off of it. But because of that, we lost our connection to buy QPs. Now it's just become I got to buy quarters like everyone else.
Yeah.
So I can't really sell it, and then I quit because it was making me panic.
Yeah.
My buddy was getting $300 ounces, and in 1997, 98, 99, that's expensive as fuck. But it was like I seen the plant. First time I ever saw, dude. I've never seen buds. It had to be Northern Lights. Back in the day, I think it was.
That's what we were buying. Northern Lights.
Big long buds.
Big long fat buds.
Was that? It was hydro.
Oh, it was hydro.
I saw the same thing back then.
Yeah, and it was like it. So, I ever tell you about the panic attack I had smoking weed?
Yeah.
Where I saw it through glass.
Yeah.
Well, that shit gets me to stop smoking. That and then smoking this hydro stuff.
It fucked
Matrix
with you.
broke me.
It fucked with you.
Matrix made me panic. Like, and then the wall fucked with me.
When it was breathing?
No, the wall, the movie.
Oh, the movie.
Was just fucking with me.
Y2K.
And it was more like just because I was I'm getting higher than anyone else in the area. Like, there's not weed anywhere. Like, there's a reason it's $300. This is like some of the best weed.
You were on the runaway train. I call it the runaway train.
I'll put money on it. It was probably at 17-18% or easily. Yeah. So
The sweet aroma.
it just got me to stop
Hey,
smoking.
what's
I
up,
couldn't do it
man?
no
What
more.
up, dog? How's it going, Rudy?
You got it, my
We're
man.
smoking right now.
Too many panic attacks,
What up,
and that
dog?
was because of the hydro.
Right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
hydro was fucking me up
Get
beyond
down.
anything I'd ever felt before.
Chill,
Yeah.
chill.
And there was not Joe Rogan to tell me that you can't overdose on weed.
You can overdose on weed.
No, you can't.
No, I can't do it.
You can't die from it.
Right.
That
You
doesn't
can't.
signify
You,
overdosing.
right.
means
Hold
you
it.
just go to
You
sleep.
can't.
What
You,
you talking
well,
Hey, hazy, let it go.
it's
Right,
very.
you just
It's
go
very
to sleep,
unlikely
right?
that
You
you
just
would
pass
die
out.
from it. It's very unlikely.
No,
Well,
no one
the
has
problem is
ever died from cannabis.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the definition of overdose is skewed then.
no, okay. Sorry, when I think of overdose, I think of dying. Like
Yeah,
you're,
right.
You're dying. You're gonna die.
Well, first of all, yes,
Or at least
because
have
weed
some
is
kind
not
of
something
medical
that you take
condition.
in doses. Like,
No, I know, but when getting so high, not understanding what's going on, and thinking, "Oh shit, my heart's gonna stop," because I took too much. Because when I was a kid,
But that's not for
forced it-
everybody.
Again, when I was a kid, they forced it into my head that
Oh.
if you took one bump of
They
coke,
gave you bad. Yeah.
there's a chance that you probably could die.
They demonized.
Like it could just be that one
You
bump
could
could
die.
kill you. And weed was the same thing. One puff off that reefer joint, and you might your heart will explode. And when my heart's doing this out my fucking chest, and I can't figure out why it's doing it, and it won't stop, and I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna die. And then Joe Rogan's like, no, you can't die.
just high as fuck.
You just
You're
dumb.
panicking.
And I did.
He
tells me
went
he
on
did it on
what they call a
purpose.
paranoid trip.
Yeah, he goes, he
Yeah.
did it on purpose. I'm like, oh, okay, now I get, like, so now I know. When I'm sitting here sometimes and I'm like, oh, fuck, my legs are cold. Oh, God, I got too fucking high.
Howard
Damn,
Stern
that
was just
second
talking about
joint
that
was
the
too
other
much.
day. Howard Stern was talking about that's why he can't smoke weed because he has those attacks. You know? He can't go
Dude.
through it.
But if I had, I probably would have gone to jail.
I don't.
Because I got pulled
You
over.
say Howard Stern, and I picture Larry King in my head.
Oh,
Not even close.
not
And I
even
was
good.
not close. But
Not
I,
even
I
close.
was
even.
about to be like, I know getting goddamn well his old ass ain't smoking no weed.
No.
So, I got pulled over multiple times. When I quit smoking weed, I got pulled over multiple times just for driving. Like, not speeding, not whatever. And I can't smell weed. Obviously, we all know this.
Yes.
If I hadn't stopped smoking, I probably would have went to jail. Because I'm like I am now. I probably would have done the same shit I'm doing now.
So why did you start back smoking?
Because it became legal.
Okay.
It helped with the panic.
Got you.
Because the paranoia was more
Less paranoid.
The paranoia was more about the fact that if I get caught with this,
Right.
I'm gonna go to jail for the rest of my life, and I can't handle that either.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to lose my
You
freedom.
don't even want to go to jail for one day, let alone
Yeah,
the rest
why?
of your life. Fuck
But
that.
you know what I'm saying?
Steve would be a terrible prisoner too.
I know, right?
No.
He's way
I'm
too
supposed
nice.
to eat this?
No,
No, his issue is he's.
I gotta eat these eggs.
I'd probably stab somebody just to get in the solitary so I can hang out by myself.
Leave me alone.
I'm crying.
Let's not even discuss this.
You know
Because
what's
ain't none
crazy?
of us going to
Did
jail.
you hear about that? Did you hear that podcast about the kids, the county in fucking Tennessee that's just locking up kids for anything? Like, it all started because there was this video
I
of
think I heard about
two
this.
young kids, like 10, 11 years old, something like that, having a fight. And then other kids around them, some of them saying stop, some of them saying go.
Go.
You know, like kids do.
Right, like kids
all
do,
about the
yeah.
same age. So this lady was like, well, that's a crime. So she basically went to one of the kids who filmed it and got the names of all the kids. Some of them weren't even in the fucking thing. And then they went and arrested them all. In handcuffs, 10-year-olds out of elementary school. Pulled one of them off the bus and put her in handcuffs. And then took her to fucking jail. And if your parent didn't show up, which they all did, they would have stayed the night.
Not that it matters, but were these black or white kids?
It happened to all kids, but these were the black kids. It happened to all kids. It actually, because of this law, to be truthful, they found since they've, because again, shit's happening.
And where was this?
This was in Tennessee.
Oh, well, I think.
A county in Tennessee, they like built a super
That's
prison for
interesting.
these fucking kids to the point where like they stripped them down, like 10-year-olds. They would strip them down and put them in fucking garb and search them and shit like that, and put them in solitary confinement. Like put them in their room for 23 hours with nothing, and an hour of fucking out. 10-year-olds.
That's insane.
You know what for? Getting drunk, stealing your grandma's fucking speaker.
I
Inducing
mean,
a
getting
fight.
drunk.
One kid got
10
two-
years old getting drunk?
No, that was a 12 or 15-year-old or something like that. But a 12-year-old, or I think it was a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, one of those ages, took his grandma's speaker and went to jail for 2 weeks.
Thief, bro.
2
Well,
weeks.
they start drinking, not that it's legal, but they start drinking
Either
at
way,
a young age in the South.
the reality is in
This is
Tennessee.
true. Because
The,
I was definitely drinking by the time I was 15, 14,
yeah,
15.
well, your kids do. I mean, that's just
13.
it's
13,
everywhere,
15,
man.
Yeah.
It's in your face.
Yeah, I mean, but it's readily more accepted. My granddad gave me my first beer.
Yeah.
That's accepted.
Michelob Ultra.
They be having parties and
grandma gave me
barbecues,
my
and they
first
get
beer,
some of the kids
Michelob
beer
Ultra.
and shit.
Coke 45.
So,
The
but to
only
give
beer
you,
that ever graced the house in my grandparents' house. That is the only
Only
beer.
the 40s, right?
That's it.
Only the
40. And my grandma was such a fucking boss bitch with her shit. She used to drink her motherfucking Coke 45 in a glass over ice.
Beer over ice?
Yes.
how old's your kid?
My boy, my
Small
grandma.
liquor, though.
It's small liquor. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
How old's your
It
kid?
wasn't bad.
7.
I just
So,
didn't see the point of it.
They took a
It's already
7-year-old
cold.
for truancy.
What?
They made a 7-year-old stay in jail overnight for truancy.
That's crazy. Not going to school?
Yeah, and he was at school. But he went like this to turn back around because he was one of those kids that would like have issues.
Start out.
They wanted to run back. The
Yeah.
the principal grabbed him and then sat on him until the fucking cops showed up, and cops took him. But to give you an idea, none of this shit, according to state law in Tennessee, you cannot hold a kid in court. You can't do anything. You can't arrest them for misdemeanors.
Right. Yeah.
It's like against the law to even do what they were doing, and they were just literally locking these kids up.
Use that law then.
But since they changed the
Law
law,
Shamal.
Fuck them kids.
shut up. Since they changed it, to ask your question about black or white, since they changed it,
I didn't ask. I'm
it
not
was
allowed
you
to.
that asked that.
Yes, it was me. I'm the villain.
Whoa, there, buddy.
Yeah, he's an innocent man.
Thank you.
So since they asked, so basically, since they changed it and they changed the judge and they're a little more less, they can't really do it like they do. Now it's more skews towards the African American side.
Of course.
Like it was more even.
What else would
when
they
were
do?
just taking everyone in? Because the lady, it wasn't like a money thing. It wasn't. It was like the lady was like, "I'm going to be the mother of this county, and I'm going to discipline these kids that you guys aren't disciplining."
These are the 10s I see. Now book them.
It's
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. You know, at one time I wanted to live down in Atlanta, Georgia, But after I
When I get my
went there a
own,
few times,
I have one.
it's not
Really?
there's not too many places in the South where I would want to live.
You been to Atlanta?
Yes. I enjoy Atlanta. I'm not gonna
Oh no!
lie.
Oh, it's pretty. No,
But-
Atlanta's
no.
a nice city,
Let me
but
tell you why.
you know what I'm talking about, though.
The gays have gotten a hold of Atlanta.
Oh yes.
And you know
Big time.
anything the gays get, they make nice.
And when I went to Atlanta the last time, my girlfriend that went down there with me, her cousin, she said we go up to my cousin's house, and it was two gay guys that lived together.
Yeah.
One of them was her cousin. Man, their crib was unfucking believable.
Yup.
I was like,
The gays can decorate.
man, that joint was hooked up.
And then
dude.
they
They
have-
can, man.
That
And then
joint was hooked
also
up.
added to the fact that you think about it, they don't have kids and stuff, so
Yep.
we have expendable income.
Yup.
Like I
Their house is their kid.
No pregnancies.
no right. No, you
It's a
don't
lot
have
of-
like that.
It's a lot of big time corporate jobs in Atlanta.
And I was just about to say,
lot.
they got jobs that you wouldn't even fucking think of. One of my
They got a
friends
BMW headquarters in
is a
Atlanta.
fucking he works for the
Coca-Cola's
news
there.
center, and I don't even know what he does for the news center, but he make a pretty good penny working for the news channel.
But if
whatever.
you fuck around and go to the wrong side of Atlanta, woo-oo,
check what's on you.
you see some crackheads you just won't believe, dude.
Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone
Oh,
3.
you won't believe them. You be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like Atlanta do got some fucked up parts. But on the whole, though, if I'm talking about the South,
That's a nice city, though.
I would probably say city-wise, Atlanta might be, or maybe
You know what's really nice, though?
Houston.
See, I've never been to Houston.
Houston.
I've been to Dallas and Fort Worth, but I've never been to Houston.
Houston is holding on. Houston is like the last great black city.
You're right.
That boy is holding on.
Yeah,
And now- especially now.
a
that
lot of
Detroit
black
done
people
kinda
left here and went
failed.
down there.
Yeah, now that Detroit then kind of failed, Houston is holding on.
What is the percentage down?
In Detroit,
Yeah.
way down from what it used to be.
Well, was it 80%? What's it at now?
I don't know.
What are you talking
Let me
about?
look it up. What the percentage in Detroit is?
I got you.
Percentage of what?
African Americans.
Oh, yeah, it's around 75, 80%.
Still?
I think so.
It was over that, though, years ago.
I still
We're
think.
talking Metro Detroit or just Detroit?
No, just
We're
Detroit.
talking about
Detroit.
Detroit.
Because we know the metro area is fucking.
Yeah.
Right,
So-
the Metro is like 90%.
It's
90% white.
68% white in the Metro Detroit area.
Yeah.
But it's 77.5%
Percent black.
African American or black descent.
Right.
70 who?
77.5.
Yeah, so it has dropped a little bit. It
Yeah,
was
it
in
was
the
in
80s.
Yeah, now it's down to
And
70.
Houston is like 60-70% somewhere. I think because I'm pretty certain Houston is the second.
Did you not meet my Houston friend?
Who?
The disc golfer. Ricky
What is-
Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
I might have did. If I,
He's like 6'11".
I met him. He's a
When I gave him a fucking hug, I was at his tits.
When he walked up in here, I was like, damn.
Yeah, dude,
he got a big old head, big
Yeah.
shoulders.
I don't think I ever met
He's a
him.
big man. He could play rugby.
Though.
He could easily play rugby.
remember you
He
talking
might be
about
too
it.
big for rugby.
He is big.
Rugby, you need to be like 6'6", 300. Like, dude, those
You need to
dudes
be
are
stocky as hell.
massive.
They're massive.
Like
need
their
to be
necks
stocky.
are bigger than
Big-
your fucking
yep.
waist.
Yep.
Because my friend has, well,
And they ain't wearing no
he hold
helmets.
his own. I ain't gonna say he don't, because he definitely hold his own. But he's been injured twice, seriously playing rugby. He broke his collarbone once, and he got a tooth knocked out. And he is probably 5'7", maybe 170, 180. And he playing rugby with these motherfuckers that's 300 pounds. I'm like, no wonder you.
Yeah, well,
broke
they
your
do.
collarbone.
You have to a couple of guys that are fast.
I did a bad job rolling it.
Yeah, you did.
You have to have a couple of guys that are fast.
Buzz got seasoned.
I wasn't gonna say that, Fox, but you
What, dude?
Buzz got
you
seasoned.
critiqued
These?
yourself, so I didn't.
Okay.
You know.
You think
I
we're a
didn't
call-in
use
show with
those.
how much he's phoning it in?
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're on. We're done. We're gonna end the smoke jam or this one and go on to smoke jam.
What
So-
game do you have on in there, by the way?
What game do you
Pistons.
think I have on?
And they're
Either
fucking
the-
losing.
Isn't a football game on tonight?
Yeah, there's Monday Night
Yeah.
Football. It's Bears versus Vikings, but
Mhm.
Pistons
Ooh.
also.
No, that's good.
No, it ain't.
It
Yeah,
might be
yeah,
Fox.
it is.
It
Go
might
Bears.
be. because the Bears have been putting it together.
Go Bears.
They might sneak a win over the Vikings and do the Lions a favor. That would be huge.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that on the
Are we?
Jam.
Oh,
You done? You need anything else?
yeah.
What?
I don't know.
I'm surprised Rudy's drinking a bang, to be
Like
honest.
and subscribe.
You got it for free.
Okay, I was about to say, we want to talk about heart palpitations.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like. We need likes.
And subscribe.
Thank you for